Hey, I'm Dagmar Kuziak. I empower singles to choose emotionally available partners. I followed a pattern till my adulthood. I didn't speak until I was about 4 years old. I carried a notebook everywhere because I couldn't find my own voice. Throughout my life, I was an overachiever, a people pleaser, someone who gave everything just to feel worthy of love. I had many broken relationships, but there was one that transformed my life. When I broke up with my fiance, I broke off the engagement in 2014. This is when I gave myself. This was my true rebirth to God. It was on November 3rd, 2014. I surrendered. Then in April of the following year, I did another surrender and took 2 years away from my family. Then I dove into 12-step programs, therapy, attachment theory, and nonviolent communication. I've spent over 7 years in therapy and invested thousands of dollars in my own healing and growth, studying everything I could about why I kept repeating the same painful patterns. Why did I keep ending up in toxic relationships? It wasn't the studying that helped me, but the clarity, conviction, and commitment that led me from a closed book avoidant and anxiously attached, yes, you can be both, to an emotionally open and non-judgmental young woman. My coaching helps singles become the person they want to choose and be chosen by, not through dating apps or chasing chemistry, but by doing the inner work to break free from anxious and avoidant patterns, set boundaries, and communicate in ways they build trust. Each episode of this podcast is designed to help you find yourself first, because when you stop abandoning yourself for others, when you trust your intuition again, when you show up in conflict without shutting down, that is when lives are transformed. That is how true love stories came into existence.
How quickly are you able to spot red flags? Well, I thought I was able to spot them instantly from a profile, but I missed some important cues. Yes, recently I was played by someone on Bumble. I matched with him and ignored some signs. I thought I should know better. I've done 12 years of recovery work, years of therapy. I can spot red flags typically from a mile away, yet I didn't spot this one from a mile away. I didn't spot it as quickly as I would have expected to. This guy, he entered my path as a gift, and I'm going to be sharing some lessons that I learned from the situation with you. He was a covert narcissist. Yikes is right. Well, hey, I'm Dagmar Kuziak, dating and relationship coach. Today, I'd like to share a very practical dating experience I really recently had. You know, we all make mistakes, and I'm not here to shame myself, not here to shame you. We've all been there. We've all ignored the gut feeling that something was off. But what happened was this guy taught me 6 important lessons about covert narcissists that I want to share with you. Because unlike the loud, obvious narcissists we hear about, covert ones, well, they are master manipulators. They seem sweet, vulnerable, put together, and that's exactly what makes them so dangerous. Let me show you or share with you the actual picture. Let me share with you the picture of the situation. I'm scrolling through Bumble and this guy likes me. His profile is impressive, big house, credentials, dog photos everywhere. And I'm thinking, okay, he loves dogs. That's a green flag, right? He must be really a sweet, sensitive guy because he has a dog, right? Wrong. I missed this part, which is every single photo was staged, like perfectly staged. His smile looked plastered on. And when you look at his eyes, they were empty, like they were blank stares, no emotions. His bio was all about his accomplishments, how much money he made, what he owned. There was even a photo of him wearing an actual mask. It was like a Halloween mask because he told me Halloween was his favorite holiday. And I wish I were making this all up, but it was just a little bit demonic to me. But I didn't think much of it at the time. And my girlfriend saw his profile, or she asked me for his profile, and I sent her some pictures, and she said, Dagmar, this screams narcissist. And she was right. In that moment, I didn't think much because he had a dog, and the dog makes people seem safe. I had to face this truth, or I got to face this truth. I chose to face this truth. And that is, I wasn't in the right headspace to date at the time. I was launching a new speaking venture. I was working on my business. I was juggling other things in my life. My energy was scattered. I wasn't grounded. And when you're not grounded, your discernment goes out the window. I ignored my gut. And after our first call, I felt uneasy. But instead of journaling about it, or checking in with myself, or even some friends, I pushed the feelings aside. Because to me, he seemed so put together. Big house, stable job, good with his dog. He loved that dog and would talk about that dog a lot. But here's what I learned from this. Put together can also mean controlling, rigid, perfectionistic. Looking back at his profile, the signs were everywhere. His photos felt performative. They were they were staged, like he was selling an image rather than showing who he actually was. His bio was arrogant. He wanted to impress the readers. He was not looking for a deep, genuine connection. The vibe was overbearing. It was not safe. But I didn't see it because I wanted to believe the image he was selling was like this genuine, sensitive guy who has a dog. Anyway, we started talking. Our first conversation started off promising. He asked me, "What do you need in a relationship?" And I thought, oh my God, he's speaking my language. Finally, a guy who wants to know what I actually need. It said something around like, I want open communication, respect for boundaries, someone who can repair conflict. I kept it really general. Not went into too much detail because I don't know this guy very well. His response, "That's all. You're easy. I can do this easily. I can be that person for you." Instant ick, like no curiosity. He didn't even ask me follow-up questions, just dismissive. Then came the toxic vulnerability. Covert narcissists love to trauma bond early. It creates this false sense of intimacy. Within the first conversation, he was telling me about his terrible childhood, his trauma, his pain. And I'm sitting there thinking, wait, I barely know this guy. Why am I already feeling responsible for his emotional well-being? And you know what? That's not intimacy. That's manipulation. He also threw out fast compliments. "I hope your day is as wonderful as you are." Sweet, right? But he didn't know me yet. He didn't know if I was wonderful or not. Those aren't compliments. They're hooks. And they're actually designed to make me feel special so I'd overlook the red flags. Eventually, I realized I needed to pull back. I wasn't in the right space to date, and something about this guy felt really off. So I told him, "I'm not in a place to date right now. I wish you the best." His response was, "If I never hear from you again, I'll be wounded." Not, "I respect that," not, "I understand," not, "I hope that you meet who you're looking for," or "I wish you the best." Just guilt, making it about him, making me responsible for his feelings. And that's when I knew for sure this guy wasn't safe. A grounded person respects boundaries. They wish you well and move on. A narcissist makes you feel guilty for having needs. So what did I learn from this? I learned actually 6 things from this experience that I'd like to share with you. The first one is you can't date from a scattered place. Secure energy comes from rest, clarity, connection to God, and community. If you're feeling less than or desperately wanting to impress someone, that's not the energy to date from. Secondly, watch for toxic vulnerability. Trauma bonding isn't love. It's a manipulation tactic. If someone is oversharing about deep trauma within the first conversation or really early on in dating, that's a red flag. Third, your gut knows. That uneasy feeling after our first call was my intuition. I ignored it. Don't make the same mistake I did. Just don't make it. Trust your gut. The fourth is compliments aren't always connection. Affirmations, they feel good, especially when you're craving validation. But don't let sweet words blind you. Don't let the sweet words blind you to reality. The fifth is arrogance disguised as kindness is still arrogance. Covert narcissists aren't loud, they're subtle. but the signs are there. The blank eyes, the polished perfection, the subtle pressure to overshare, the dismissiveness when you set boundaries. And then the 6 is check your own codependency. Do you overshare too quickly? Do you get hooked by someone's pain? That's a danger zone because it means you're trying to rescue them instead of connecting with them. After this experience, I updated my vision board in my mind. I made it very clear when I say I want open and transparent communication, because that's on my vision board. I mean about values and life direction, not trauma dumping on the first date. So I make that very clear in my mind, my heart, my soul. That is what open and transparent communication is, because I didn't make that clear, but now I am. If you've ever been confused, manipulated, or caught off guard in dating, I want you to know you are not alone. I'm a relationship coach and I still almost fell for this guy. Because covert narcissists, oh my God, they're so good. They're so good. They know how to seem safe. They know how to make you feel special. They know how to exploit your need for connection. But we're all learning, we're all growing, and we're getting better at spotting the fake. Now, that's why I'm hosting a free workshop called Vision to Reality, Create Your Love Life in 2026. We're going to get crystal clear on what healthy actually looks like. There's no magic, no voodoo, just clarity. Because when you're clear on what you want and what you deserve, people like this guy, they can't trick you anymore. If you want to click the link below in the description, go ahead and do that. And you can register your spot for this workshop. Stay grounded, stay kind, and protect your peace. I'll see you in the next one.